Hello, my lovies. Listen to these beautiful beats as you come on in to the sniper's classroom. Don't forget, you can always fast forward this and get straight to the show. Go on straight to the show. Skip past all this good, beautiful, lovely, relaxing music and get straight to the show. Hey, Miss Rock. Hope everything is just fine. Peace, peace, family. Let's just hear. Let's just set it off and see what she has to say. I already know. We're gonna see. The question here today is, why do black women throw their degrees in black men's faces? See, we can end this right now and say, cause I can't. Cause I can't. That's the end of the story. If we didn't have it, we couldn't. You know, these people confused. You can't be. We're not smart. Don't twerk. Don't have degrees. Don't like this. Don't. Well, what the hell can we do but just cook, clean, and lay on our backs? That's it. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll hear her out.
And you know, for the past few days, maybe the past few weeks, I've been talking a lot about black women and their education and the different aspects. And some might come away with thinking that I have a problem with black women getting an education, and I don't. I don't have a problem with anybody getting an education. I feel like getting that is a help. That is not necessarily something that's bad or something that should be, you know what I'm saying, looked down upon or anything like that. And I'm certainly not here to attack any woman, any black woman that's got a degree. The only reason though that I'm really kind of focusing on education and academia at this point and black women attending these universities is because I've recognized that the university is the seat and it's the seal for the gynocracy. This is how you get your gynocratic stamp as a card carrying member. Mm-hmm. And there are too many black women that go through those doors and come out a raging feminist. Mm-hmm. And she comes back to her neighborhood, her family or whatever. And through those ideals and through acting out those ideals and living her life according to those ideals ends up in the destruction of the family that she's supposed to uphold. So this is why I'm actually talking about the degree and, you know what I'm saying, and getting the education in the first place, because we're not talking about mathematics and sciences and things of that nature. We're talking about the social programming that comes along with it, those, particularly those gender studies classes and any derivative of such classes or classes that teach this type of woke thinking, feminist thinking, SJW, you know what I'm saying, believe all women, me too, times up, you know what I'm saying, type of thought pattern. That's what I'm really attacking, because it's too many black women that come out of them institutions feeling like they really know something. And really what they've done is received a battery in their back to come back to their men, other black women, their children, and set a path of destruction that we have been on for quite some time. Why do you think they admit black women more than they admit black men? It's not that black men aren't qualified or they're too stupid to get admitted into these universities, but because black women see a value in getting into these universities. And she sees a value in getting into it because this validates her. The going to the university and going to get degrees, even degrees that don't really result in good professions and good careers, they're not good career choices. Really, she went and she just got into debt for something she could have learned off of Google, which is the reality of most people's degrees nowadays. But anyway, this is Zaddy's validation. And she likes waving it in black men's faces because it's almost like a nana boo boo. I got Zaddy's validation and you didn't. I went through the channels that Zaddy set in a society that is meant to tell you that you're now a valuable member of the society by going to school, by getting a degree, by getting a job, and working for somebody else's company and work to make their dream come true. This is why when Black men try to start businesses and stuff and be entrepreneurs, and they don't do so by going through those channels, she doesn't see any value in it, because if his business takes a little longer than she thinks it should to start up or to be profitable, first thing to come out of her mouth is, you should stop that and go get a job. Because
I think in the beginning, I was sort of kind of agreeing. Hey, Von D Gaming, what's up? I was sort of kind of like, yeah, you know, they a lot of women and men, when they get their degrees, they forget about their people back home. But that's men and women. But it's not fair for you to say that because a woman have a degree, that number one, she gets a degree to work for somebody else's dream. I keep telling you time and time again, you have to learn how to word stuff coming from a woman's mouth. You word stuff coming out of their mouth. Like you are that's something that will come out of a man's mouth, not as a woman's mouth. Because women have their own businesses too. A lot more men get a job so they can work for other people. A lot of women go to get their business license because a lot of women, they're making their own products and lotions and hair supply stuff and all of these things. That's all feminine, but it's still, she still have to know how to run the ship. So it's not right for you to say because they want to make their own business and it's not going as fast enough because I have a degree, I'm going to tell you to get a job. That doesn't even make sense. Because if that is her husband, where will her money be going? If she's working for the other man, the predominant man, and he's going into business, okay, so where is his money coming from? Is he not taking any of her money? If she's not investing in her husband's business, it makes absolutely no sense. Unless he already had a job and decided to leave his job and he saved his own amount of money, then I can say, yeah, she's right. But no, if he's starting from ground zero, that means she's starting from ground zero. So at this point of her working and having these degrees, even if she is working for somebody, she's still working for her household. Unless he have a lot of money saved up and not taking anything from her, then yeah, you're right. But if he's starting this business, absolutely no. He have to now live off of his wife until his business grow. So if it gets to the point that it is not growing and she have shelled out a lot of her money, then she could say, hey, you could do this, but get a job too, because you're spending up all of my kids and my money and all my household money. See, that's how that goes. But don't put it out there like we're going to follow our dream and crush his dream. Who does that to a husband? Who does that to a husband? Who stays in the house with a degree, make all this good money, and let the husband just suffer? We ain't gonna buy no food. We ain't gonna pay no. We ain't gonna do nothing. It just doesn't sound right. It doesn't. It doesn't even go together. But let's carry on.
Her working for Zaddy is the ultimate perfection and is the ultimate pleasure. That's because she's a mammy. And she doesn't like it when the black man isn't a buck, isn't a eunuch, and isn't a male version of a mammy himself. Okay? Then the other thing about it is this in her mind brings her acceptance or closer to the acceptance of zaddy and of white femininity. See, in all ways, the Black feminist, the Black gynocrat, not only is looking at the world through a feminist lens, but she's also looking at the world through a plantation lens. This is where Black feminism and white feminism differs. It's the only differing point, because Black women who are feminists, who engage completely in this woke stuff, really are looking for validation and acceptance from white men. And she's looking to finally feel her spot and not the white.
You see what I'm saying? Hey, Nicole, did you hear? She again, she's speaking from a man's point of view, not a woman's point of view. I ain't never, ever, never see no woman to seek approval from zaddy. I have never seen it. Not to say that it doesn't exist, but I see more men. Wanting to be zaddy. More Black men wanting to be them Black. What I want to be a white man for? I damn sure don't want to be a white woman. Well, what the heck? We ain't sit up there and we didn't want to be like them so much. They're going to, everybody going to get the BBL, Brazilian butt lift. We ain't going to suck ours out. They going to put theirs in. Black women want more curves. Black women want more boobies. We want things that, you notice I said more of, like we got it already. Now they done getting their lips done. Their cheeks are getting, the whole face is a filler. Okay? We ain't seeking no validation. What validation can they give us? What? Hey, Black girl, good job. Good job, Black woman. You did a good job. It makes absolute. Again, that's what I say. I got to hear how she talked. Hey, truly lovely. Hey, Nicole, my baby. Y'all have to truly pay attention to what this chick is saying. She's not speaking from a woman. She's taking stuff from out of the whatever pill that they are, taking stuff out the pill, whatever pill, red pill, blue pill, pink pill, I don't know, purple, lavender, violet, I don't know, pick a pill. She's taking their stuff and she's regurgitating it and she's throwing it on us. But what she's saying really in this particular video suits a Black man. It suits a Black man. Hey, put the suits on. Black men ain't been wearing no suits. That's it. We're not suit people. That if you always talk about that's not us. It had to become us, or had to become the men to go to work with the zaddies. They had to wear that suit and stuff, but that's not our suit. Is not our culture. It's not. What are you talking about, woman? Please explain. You regurgitating stuff, but when you do decide to regurgitate stuff, you have to make sure it fits the Black woman. Stuff, it fits them. There's one of them things that don't fit the Black woman. It doesn't fit the Black woman. Sorry.
That woman out of her spot and take her place as daddy's woman. Okay? This is
how many more you want to take his place as zaddy's woman? Give me a ratio of how many Black men are married and or dating white women compared to Black women dating white men or married to white men. Okay? It exists, but which one do it exists more in? You let me know. Okay?
Is is the myth of white womanhood. Shout out to BGS Ibmore for that concept, because the myth of white womanhood is something that Black women have been pining after since the first wave of feminism. Since Sojourner Truth made that speech, "Ain't I a woman too?" Again, she was talking to white men. She wasn't talking to Black men. She wasn't looking for the validation of a Black man. She was looking for the validation of the only man she see as a man, which is Zaddy. Because in the Black feminist mind, the only man is Zaddy. He's the only man. Black men are not men, they are boys or animals or beasts of burden, but they're not men. Okay? So the only man is a white man. You understand? She don't mind being under his quote unquote patriarchy and under his rules. She's happy to serve actually under that. So going to get this degree actually in the warped subconscious of that brings her closer to white womanhood. Eventually, because she went through these steps so meticulously, that Zaddy told her this was what makes you a valuable woman. If you go through this step and this step and this step, you'll be a valuable woman when you buy into the lost value system. When you value my wealth over your spirituality. When you value my leisure over your health. When you value your profession, the profession I give you over your family. When you value your education over your appearance. When you value your mobility over your dwelling. When you value these things in that order, then you will be a valuable woman, and I may choose you. So she diligently goes along this pathway in order to receive the approval and the validation of Zaddy. This is where that's really coming from. And so when she thinks that she got this validation, she dangles it in front of Black men's faces, again, like Nana Nana Boo Boo. But then we gotta go into another aspect of that. She actually feels that she can control Black men's lives through these degrees, because it's not just on a personal level where she wants to control finances and she wants to control the dynamic.
It doesn't matter if she wants to control anything. A degree ain't make a woman or give a woman access to control anybody. Harlem Street tells. I'm glad you love her, but no, she's not on point. She's not. You don't love her. Or you giving her, like I said, a degree does not give a woman any points to control anybody unless they're controllable. A person can have no degrees. Ain't nobody coming up controlling them. Degrees don't, well, if you got a man or a woman and your woman got a degree and you let her control you, that says something about you. That says something about your character. Before you even got involved with this woman and you knew that she was in school, you should already let her know. That's your character. I wish a man will come to me with some degrees. Now, if you're coming to me as a man, that's different, but you ain't going to come to me because you got degrees and really think that I care. I really don't care. So, again, what she says absolutely makes no sense. It makes sense if it's coming out of a man's mouth, but it doesn't make sense coming out of hers, because you trying to tell me every woman that got a degree and they men, quote unquote, are supposed to be alpha men, supposed to be, then that don't go in the same sentence. I'm an alpha male, but she's controlling me with the degree. That doesn't go together. You can't fight that argument. You cannot be a alpha male or from whatever one of them pills that y'all taking, and next thing you know, well, so are you talking about women and dusties? And a woman with a degree ain't got no business with a dusty. So again, your video makes absolutely no sense. It may make sense to people who agree with it, like Mr. Harlem Street Tales. It makes sense to him, but I guess he's easy controllable. He might be easy controllable. Because if he's not easy controllable, then my degrees wouldn't mean nothing, right? Don't mean nothing. Because he's not controllable. Pick a battle, pick a battle, pick a battle. Let's go.
Dynamics of a personal relationship.
Matter of fact, you love her, go and marry her. It's about that time. She need a new husband or something. Go on and get that. Go get that.
But it also goes deeper than that. When she attempts to insert herself in certain positions within the environment, within institutions, within management, within companies. I mentioned in one of my live streams how there are a lot of Black women period, and a lot of Black women in these HR, these human resources departments in these various companies. And we understand that human resources is the department that's largely responsible for hiring and firing, and responsible for enforcing the different policies that companies have in place, which are gynocratic policies more often than not, because they got to be politically correct, quote unquote, in order to not be seen as a discriminatory employer. So she gets into these positions, law, business, judges, police. She gets into being a mayor. She gets into these positions and acts as a gatekeeper. Okay, she acts as a gatekeeper, really, for palm color supremacy. She's the mammy. It's so ironic that they call women who don't subscribe to that as mammies. When
God. Don't chick, you too funny. You is too funny. Tell her that. I don't give a damn. 200,000 people who agree. I wouldn't give a shit. It was 1 million people Harlem Street Tales. I wouldn't give a shit. I was still gonna say what I gotta say. Or I was talking to some people. So we get degrees and stuff just to help the palm face people. I wouldn't give a damn. It was one. I wouldn't give a damn. It was nobody in here, Harlem. It could be 0 people. I'm going to still be saying what the hell I got to say. See, you just as bad as her, because you using numbers. You're using numbers that make it seem like she has a degree. And she's throwing that degree in my face. You throwing that number in my. I wouldn't give a shit. Why? So if she got numbers, then why y'all mad at women that got degrees? You just proved my point right there, Harlem. You absolutely just proved my point. I had to clap for that one. I had to clap for that one. You just proved my point. As soon as you said, she has this and you have that. That is the topic that we're talking about right now. And you just proved my point. So she would be like the woman with the degrees, because she got all the degrees, and she making the people who don't have degrees feel low and control. So now you're trying to say because she has this many people that I'm supposed to be controlled? Why did you write that and prove my point, Harlem? Harlem just proved my point. Strong and wrong. No, you right. You proved my point. I could just end this right now, because Harlem just proved my point. Just proved my point. Well, she got these many people in her room, and you only got these many people in your room. So what that mean? What does that supposed to mean? Now let's get back to this fake person.
Act actual definition of a mammy is one who gatekeeps and safeguards white supremacy.
I ain't seen a black woman yet that I know. They probably know these invisible people they be talking about just to make this video. They know these invisible people. They be making up people in their head and shit just to make their point on the video. Or they'll take that one person or that one incident that they seen and make it sound like there's 100 incidents. But it's really like one incident, right? Right? I ain't never seen no black woman ever get a job and position to take care of no pale people. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. That's something you would have to give me some real statistics for that. You would have to show me look that shit up. I need to see that. I want to see how many women, white women, got set free from a black woman and how many black women put a black woman in jail. I would like to see how many white men got set free by a black woman and how many white men were set free by a black woman. You will have to give me some statistics on that. Now, I have seen, because I deal with the youth, which consists of boys and girls, male and female. I have seen a lot of these quote unquote wannabe mammy. You know, how you want to call us you the goddamn mammy? Shit, the nerve of you. I have seen where they gave a lot of kids chances. I have seen where they gave a lot of young brothers another chance, then another chance, then another chance. I've seen a lot of black lawyers and judges and social workers really help our black males and females. Because they didn't come, when you walked into their court or whatever, their mind wasn't set on male or female. Their mind was set on, this is a black child. This is a black child, a black teenager, a black adolescent, or even if they was older, even if they was men or women. I seen them help a lot of our people. They didn't pick, okay, one is going to be male, I'm going to get you. Because at the end of the day, that man has a family. If he has a family, I'm not going to dislike a black male that much that I will destroy his whole family. Because once I do something to him, that affects his wife and his kids. That's some heartless shit. So who am I really hurting? The black man? Or am I really hurting the black woman? This is why what she says makes absolutely no sense. If these men these men don't have no family, they don't have, especially if you're innocent. So I'm going to destroy his mother. I dislike the black man that much. I'm going to destroy his mother. I'm going to make his mother cry every night that her son is in jail just because I have a problem with black men. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Have you seen how many mothers came to these jails? Have you seen how many mothers go to the doctors with their children? What am I going to say? I'm not going to be the best doctor I could be to a black man. I don't like black men, so I'm not going to be the best doctor I need to be with him. I'm going to save up all the pale-faced people. So I'm going to have this black man, whole family crying because I dislike a black man. Absolutely no sense.
So she's the one that actually acts in this manner. So she liked them stats because she knows that she has a hand in making stats where black women are getting hired more than black men and they're finding jobs more than black men. She knows she has some hand in that.
What was the hand?
Because if she's in charge of hiring and firing, she's not going to recommend that black man or hire him for the job. If he already works there and he's doing a good enough job to get a promotion, if it's up to a black woman whether or not it's yay or nay, it's not really gonna be yay.
But then why don't you take your money that you get, if you feel that way, that you get from black men, why don't you take that money and give it to the black man? Again, this makes absolutely no sense. I'm not going to give this black man no job because I don't like black men. Forget about if he got a family again. Forget about if he got children, right? Forget if they're hungry, right? So if I don't like black men and we're supposed to like black women, so wouldn't I be on making sure his wife is whoever's best for the job? Why are y'all not more? You men are not in that position. And you can't blame it on us because you should have been in school and got the same degree that we got, if not even more. And then make it so bad. She's not even talking about the hood rats, if you want to call them that. She's talking about educated women. If I'm an educated woman, and now she got to tell us how many women, which we haven't seen the stats yet, how many women chose women over men? Show me the jobs where women were in charge and they hired more women than men. If any woman does that, karma's gonna come for her ass. I don't go by I go by what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. I don't go by what somebody says that sounds good. It got to fit with God first. What God say first. So if a woman actually do that to a man, karma is going to come to her ass, because if she have sons, it will be done to her sons. Certain things you just don't do. You put these videos up here like women don't do no dumb stuff like that. I'm not saying a couple never have, but a lot of men got hired also, containing to who they know and what they know. That's just a part of life. That's just a part of life. People hire who they want to hire, but that's a part of life. But on a regular basis, as what she's trying to say, she's speaking upon a regular basis. We're not going to hire a man. If a man could do the job better, why wouldn't I? I want to hire a woman, but the man could do a better job. But I'm a business person. So I dislike this black man so much just because he's a black male. I'm going to have my business fail, or whatever department that I'm working at, I'm going to have it fail because I like black women better. That makes apps. That don't make. We talking about money and business. Money and business. And we ain't doing that. So we don't love the pale faced people that much. Well, you know what? Being that y'all don't like black shit, they don't like us neither. You think we don't know that's one thing both of us as a nation knows. If we don't know that right now as a nation, I don't know what to tell y'all black folks. I don't know what to tell you. I don't care what she say or what he say. Us as a nation know better. We know we can't do anything for anybody's approval. We cannot. And if you go back in the days, who was all the snitches? Who were the majority of the snitches? Not saying women wasn't snitches, but they was home being the wife that they could be, taking care of stuff. So going to all these meetings and all this black power and all this other stuff, that was majority men. We had women in there, but it was the majority men. Who did they use as a snitch? They didn't use no women as a snitch. They didn't use a woman to take down none of these men. They had their homeboy do it to them. The one who moved in and got close to him. Why? Because he didn't trust the woman. He trusts the man. They know the man was working for the man. So we're not gonna play. We're not gonna play these. We're not gonna play these games. We're not. My job is here is to unify us. Unify. Oh, I make up these beautiful words, don't I? Unify us. That's my job. Let's stop. Let's get this hatred out of the system, out of our system. We need to get this hatred out of our system just because it sounds good. Okay?
I know she'll think of a reason why he shouldn't be promoted over maybe a Brad or a Becky. You see what I'm saying?
No, we don't.
Or a Shonda.
No.
This is the other thing that they do. They have these degrees in order to practice nepotism. But for all of that B1 Black first that Black women like to say that they on, they really only practice nepotism for other Black women. So again, when they're in these positions to offer a leg up or to recommend promotions or to hire or to fire or to do any of these things where she's kind of moving pieces, even at a middle management level, she's going to move those pieces in favor of Black women over and above Black men.
Show me what you're saying is true. Don't tell me. Show me the statistics where that is true. What jobs are you talking about? What? Let's go get their names right now. I had another Black man come on my thing and tell me the same exact thing. He had a very, very good case, but he still ain't win. He still didn't win. And I didn't really have to say nothing. Stop acting like these women don't love the Black man. Nobody want no woman want to be working around no damn women all day long. The hell, what's wrong with you? Like us Black women want to work around a bunch of catty patties all day. We want some men up in that office. What are you talking about? We want some good, smart men up in there. We ain't got no time to be chatting and pattying all damn day. We don't dislike a man that much that I want to see you every day. No, I want to see some men. And men got to take care of their families. Shoot. And if what she was saying was true, then it should be a video with men talking about plan B. Like, okay, I didn't get this job from her. What do you do? What do you do? And you got some Black women too. Remember, only a couple of people couldn't fill the spot. So what did the Black woman do after she didn't get the job? She had to do the same thing the Black man did. And that was look for another job. It's not like she said, all Black women, come, every Black woman, you ain't got a job, come here to make sure no Black man has a job. It makes no sense. If a woman is hired, that means a lot of Black women didn't get hired neither. And she's going home thinking, hey, I thought we were sisters. She didn't even hire a sister. Then you got the Black men going home, damn, she ain't hired me because I was a man. So you got two people mad at this one person who's doing the hiring. Oh God. I can't with you people. I cannot. I cannot. I can't. But we'll carry on.
And the thing about that is, if you were really Black first and it was about the Black family being healed and coming together, you would actually, at minimum, instead of necessarily flipping it over and only practicing nepotism for Black men, you'd be fair. You'd actually just be fair. If she's not If she's not qualified, then we're not hiring her. It doesn't matter that she's a Black woman and what her situation might be. Her situation is a personal problem. Is she qualified for this job? And is she more qualified than the other candidates for this job? If this Black man don't sleep with you, is he a candidate to get fired off of the basis of his lack of performance at work? Or are you going to use what strings you have to be able to pull to get him in some type of trouble so that he can get fired? Because now you don't like what he said, or you tried to sleep with him and he gave you a hard pass or whatever, because we know that Black women like to do stuff like that. Don't even sit up here and cap like you don't do stuff like that, because you do. And the thing about all of this is, even if he doesn't verbalize it, Black men know that that's what you do with your degree, and that's why he don't care about it. That's why when you come up and say what type of accomplishments you got and what type of degree you got and all this type of stuff, like he be like, because he don't care, because he knows that you probably are gonna try to use that against him somehow.
How you know? You spoke to every Black man? Have you spoke to every Black man? Maybe you spoke to every Black man. That's why I say he gonna be like, huh? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? First of all, he would have to have more degrees than her for him to go, huh? And number two, if he's a real alpha male, he gonna build with that female. He gonna build with her. He is going to build with that female. He have now found somebody that's gonna help him with his dreams. Because his homeboys ain't gonna do it. His homeboys ain't gonna do it. Who is going to invest more than a Black man than a Black woman? Who? Because she want to make sure her stuff is secure. The same way he want to make sure his stuff is secure. So you talking about different levels of women and different levels of men, and you're trying to put everybody on the same. Everybody is not on the same level. A Black man who got more degrees gonna be like, yeah, okay, but I got this. It's not the woman's fault you don't have a clap back, and it's not the woman's fault you didn't say, yeah, I'm glad you have that, but he ain't gonna. He's an alpha male. Alpha male is supposed to have a totally different outlook on life. If you're a true alpha male, you have a totally different outlook on life, because you are supposed to be alpha, the number one, the head. So why would the head have any thought of what anybody has to say? I would say congratulations, that's beautiful, and go about my business. There shouldn't be no, if you're a true alpha male, unless you're talking about a Dusty, a Dusty will love it. You got too many, hey, Pat Max, you got too many different categories going on here. Too many. If you're truly an alpha male, then you got to think like an alpha male. You got to think more higher than the next person. You got to be more compassionate than the next person. That's like a parent. You know that child can't beat you or do nothing to you. So whatever accolades your child brings home, you're happy for them, because you know you are the more superior. Maybe your alphas really don't know what alpha means. Doesn't have to do with meaning being controlled. You're supposed to think totally different as the top, as the head of something. Why are you going, why would you do that of somebody else's? Because that means that she going to do this. That we don't know what's going to mean. And if she does do it, I'm alpha. I don't care. I got my own thing going for me. Or I'm trying to get my own stuff in order. So congratulations. I'm glad you have that. And you keep moving. You don't send nobody hatred or you don't have a certain feeling about what somebody else have when you is an alpha, it should not matter. Nothing, if you're a true alpha male, nothing anybody does should matter because you is the alpha. Correct? So why would you, how can a woman put you in your feelings or have you thinking that you're going to do this and going to do that? Thank you, Pat. A real man up in here. You see, Harlem Streets came in and he got the fuck out of Dodge. Harlem Streets gonna try to tell me as soon as she's talking about degrees and non-degrees, she's gonna remind me how many people in her room. She ain't got no 200,000 people in her damn room. Okay? We can go check. Let's look for 200,000. I wouldn't care with 0. You're gonna tell me strong and wrong. You can't tell me what I am not neither. But you ain't proving me wrong neither. But like I said, y'all don't really truly know the meaning of an alpha male. Alpha male don't like me. I don't care. I'm so happy for what people have. I'm always happy. I'm always happy. I don't care that because I don't never see that, oh well, a man is hiring for, that's like a woman going to get a job. I don't care if he only hires men. If he want to be around a bunch of men all day and they do the job, I don't care. Because I see more of myself. And I know that was not meant for me. Whatever's meant for me, he's meant for me. He got 2 seconds of attention now in the closet. See, they don't know we got real men in here. They got that fake men in there. We got the real snipers up in here. We got the real snipers up in here. They don't want none. They don't want none at all. But like I said, men, we already know for a fact what she's saying is absolutely not true. Because there is no way I'm going to be ahead of nothing. And I want to see a bunch of women all day. I want to see some men be around a bunch of chatty patty. Y'all worse than that.
He know that, or you would use it against another black man. Same difference. It's the same difference. He doesn't care either. He doesn't care about that either way because you're not gonna be trying to benefit him with it. Whatever reason you went and got it for, it wasn't to his benefit. He knows that much. And even if he have children with you, it's not to their benefit either. Because you, whatever benefit it is for you to have gotten them degrees and got that education and that money, that you don't be the only one benefit from that. He know he can't benefit. He never going to. And even if you had children with him, his children aren't going to benefit from it. Because the moment you get mad, you're gonna turn against his kids too. And everybody knows that. Like, everybody know that. It's pointless for y'all to be going to get these degrees if it's not going to benefit nobody. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't get an education, but I'm saying it's got to be a purpose behind it other than gathering up hundreds of thousands of dollars of student debt that you never pay off. That you want to get a quote-unquote high-value man to pay it off for you. Anyway, y'all can knock it off. And while you knocking it off, sound off in the comment section for me. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host of Crimson Pure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. In just a second. to do it. Okay, here it is. All right.
This is beyond old, number one. This is beyond old, for one. This is beyond old. And she said, this is how black women degrade black men. If she didn't get her son, he'd have been arrested. That, if I'm not mistaken, that was the one, that was her son or something. Well, we'll check it. We'll check it out. Let me just see. Let me just see. Mama. Mama. I just thought he was gay. This is my child. You heard what she said? Did you hear what she just said? She just said, I just thought that he was dead. This is my child, and I'm taking him home. This really hurts my soul, because this has been the black woman's life since they got us here. This is what have been us. Because there's no men of this has been us forever. Like, Chick, we remember this. Don't play with me. She said, I thought he was dead. You damn right I'm going to snatch my kid. No fear at all. Because I don't care if she make every point correct in here. Ain't nothing like something happening to your child. This my child, was it? I don't know. Let me find out. Let me find out. That's what women been doing since we got here. Protecting our children, not our sons, but protecting our children. I thought he was dead. This is my son, and I'm taking him home. We're safe. Why y'all black men didn't take him home where he could be safe? Shame. 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 I'm rewinding a little bit for you guys. He's about get off of me. You better be glad your mama came and saved your ass. You see that police car out there? She just saved her son's life. Look at that. She gonna get her baby. Okay. You wanna go home? I'm your cat. I ain't no cat. God's your cat. I'm sorry, but I'm just a concerned person. Walk around. Yeah, you finna come home. I'm your mama. You gonna get smacked again if you don't come home. So it's your choice. Because folks calling me telling me, your son in the bed, something that happened to him. My heart done dropped. Come on here. Nobody talking. Come on, bro. You ain't never been in jail, but you running over here, you gonna go.
He did a brief mini broadcast a little while ago.
Okay, so you saw that clip was only like a minute and 15 seconds. A lot was wrong with it.
What?
A lot was wrong with that. Mm-hmm. That was her son, and yes, he was grown. Okay. Several things can be extrapolated from that. Several things was wrong with it. And we're going to go over a few of them. This is how Black women degrade Black men. This is her whole son. And she is emasculating and degrading this man. I don't care that he's your son. I don't care if he still live with you. Because by the demeanor, by everything that's going on, he live with her. He's being completely taken care of by her. But so, all of that would be her fault, not his fault. She raised him. Okay, so here are the things. He grown, but she treats him like a child. See, the problem that a lot of Black mothers have is that they can't let go and make the distinction between their children always being their children, but not being children. Your children do become adults that have to get the respect of adults. She doesn't feel like she needed to respect him. And see, it's not just because he lives with her still. That this is obvious. The demeanor that he has with her is obvious. But Black mothers...
Oh, please. Even Barack knew not... Barack was the president. Barack was the president. Ain't nobody mama never lived up in the White House. Because she said, I'm taking care of my grandbabies. I ain't having all these strangers taking care of my grandkids. I don't even want to go there. I don't want to be in y'all business. But y'all a whole nother level. Nobody can take care of my grandkids better than me. Yes, have me a space. I don't want, because there has already been out there. She didn't even want to be there. But for her grandkids, she came. I wouldn't care how old my kids are. Let me see a cop car. A cop car, something happened. She forgot that they called the mother first, right? How did the mother make it over there? And we don't know how he was raised. It never stated that it could have been something that went down. Her son was there and had nothing to do with it. She came and got her son up out of there. Somebody called the mother and said something. And it's okay for you when the mother said, my heart dropped. Are you worried about him having respect for a man? But it's okay for a mother heart to drop. You took care of two of your siblings, as you say. You took care of two of your siblings. Depending on the phone call that you get, what would you do? You're going to either call another man to help you, or you're going to go out there and get it done. Now, this is her kid. How are you going to tell us you raised them? You don't know what the phone call said. You don't know what type of boy he is, and you don't know what the person on the phone said to them. They told her that her son was not alive. That respect and shit go out the window. Because why didn't he come straight back home? Or if he did get arrested or something, he didn't come back home, and she went to go look for her damn kid. Not her son, her child. What are you talking about? You don't know what that phone call is. She said, she told her son, my heart dropped. And then that's what, he wasn't thinking about the slapping. He heard his mother said, oh God, her heart dropped. Let me just turn around and go with this woman. No, sometimes young men have to be treated like a child if they're grown men acting like children. Otherwise, they might not be so. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's because we got real men in here. We got real men in here. We don't have, what's his name? The guy up there who's trying to tell me he love her, but he won't marry her. He love her, but he won't marry her. He is not putting no ring on it, though. Oh, no, I already got a wife. I just love her. No, which means you don't love her. You love what she says. You love what she says because it agrees with it agrees with what you say. That's what you love. You don't love her. Or go marry her. Shit.
do this to their sons that don't live with them, that are out on their own, taking care of themselves, and their mother don't take care of them, but they still feel entitled to talk to their sons this kind of way, no matter how old he gets, family of his own, house of his own, business of his own, money of his own, and she still feels entitled to degrade and talk to him and pop him upside the head and tell him to go here and do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? She still feels entitled to do that. This young man obviously does not have any structure, and he does not know how to be a man. He doesn't know how to assert his masculinity. This because she has demoralized him since he was a little boy. This woman has been domineering and demoralizing to that boy. She done beat it out of him. It's gone. It left. She started doing that right before puberty, right at puberty, and all during it. And he was just the type of guy.
Oh, child, lady, she beat it out of him, she wouldn't be looking for him now. Now, would she? If she would have beat him to submission since he was little, would she still be as a grown man looking for her damn son? Or would he know he gonna get a beating when he get home? Stop, lady, stop. She did all that beating, but she had to go look for somebody who she beat all the time. Well, he sure knew how to run away. Well, let me run away over there. We didn't even get to where his daddy at, because according to you, you're going to say she drove the daddy away, right? According to you, you're going to say she drove the daddy away. See, that's the trick that people want to. Let me tell you something. I got a son. My son could never, ever, hey, my baby, my son could never, ever, ever, never tell me no crap like that, ever. If he's a father, he can't tell me, or she, I don't want to hear nothing. Why is it that more the grandparents on the paternal side fight for to see visitation of the kids than their own son? Because you're not going to tell a woman, no, you cannot see your kid. No. Women going to fight. Some men don't have that same fight. Some men better thank their mamas because they're too stubborn, or some of them are too narcissistic. Some of them is too many having more babies. Some in their mind, she's crazy, but they forgot they made her crazy. Or the mother could be narcissistic herself. We don't know. Every case is different. Every single case is different. But that mother don't care what's wrong with her. The paternal grandmother. The paternal grandmother, if she want to see her kid, she want to be nice to that lady. And she'll tell you in a minute, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Them my grandbabies. I love my grandbabies, and I want to see my grandbabies. Unless she's just as narcissistic as her son. But you would never. I'm going to rewind that, being that she brought that up. I'm going to rewind that part again. Because she like to break stuff down. But you're not doing good commentary by telling us what you see. You have to, person who does commentary, break down every single thing. So we're going to rewind that. Talking about we messing with his masculinity. If his mama catch a heart attack, then what? You'll be happy? Next video be something happened to a black male. Mother had a heart attack. Now let's have a parade. Would that be your next video?
I hate it when it doesn't want to do it. Okay, here it is. All right.
Mama! Mama! Hey, right? Oh, right. Now they got to put that on the food. Oh, too loud.
Guy, you wanna go home? I'm your cat. I ain't no cat. God's your cat. I'm sorry, but I'm just a concerned person. Walk around. Yeah, you finna come home. I'm your mama. You gonna get smacked again if you don't come home. So it's your choice. Because folks call me tonight. Your son in the business, something that happened to him. My heart done dropped. Come on here. Nobody talking. Come on, bro. You ain't gonna be in jail, but you running over here, you gonna go.
He did a brief mini broadcast a little while ago.
Okay, so you saw that clip was only like a minute and 15 seconds. A lot was wrong with it. A lot was wrong with that. That was her son, and yes, he was grown. Okay. Several things can be extrapolated from that. Several things was wrong with it. And we're going to go over a few of them. This is how Black women degrade Black men. This is her whole son. And she is emasculating and degrading this man. I don't care that he's your son. I don't care if he still live with you. Because by the demeanor, by everything that's going on, he lived with her. He's being completely taken care of by her. But so all of that would be her fault, not his fault. She raised him. Okay, so here are the things. He grown, but she treating him like a child. See, the problem that a lot of Black mothers have is that they can't let go and make the distinction between their children always being their children, but not being children. Your children do become adults that have to get the respect of adults. She doesn't feel like she needed to respect him. And see, it's not just because he lives with her still. That this is obvious. The demeanor that he has with her is obvious. But Black mothers do this to their sons that don't live with them, that are out on their own, taking care of themselves, and their mother don't take care of them, but they still feel entitled to talk to their sons this kind of way, no matter how old he get, family of his own, house of his own, business of his own, money of his own, and she still feels entitled to degrade and talk to him and pop him upside the head and tell him to go ahead and do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? She still feels entitled to do that. This young man obviously does not have any structure, and he does not know how to be a man. He doesn't know how to assert his masculinity. This because she has demoralized him since he was a little boy. This woman has been domineering and demoralizing to that boy. She done beat it out of him. It's gone. It left. She started doing that right before puberty, right at puberty, and all during it. And he was just the type of guy that instead of keep bucking it and bucking it and bucking it like some boys do, he just acquiesced to it, and it was like, okay, mama, whatever you say, mama. And she assumed all rights and all control over him by not ever allowing him to exercise his masculinity because it was an affront to her. It was viewed as disrespectful to her. See, this is what you have to understand about Black mothers towards their sons. Any recognition of his own masculinity and any display of such is a disrespect to her automatically. If he called himself not going to listen to something that he said, and mind you, this is natural. This is a natural thing that boys go through. They go through a phase where it begins where she doesn't no longer have that same authority over him. He begins to outgrow the authority of females. While he's a little boy, yes, his mother does have authority over him. She needs to. But once he starts to assert and feel the testosterone, and he feel that he don't wanna bow down to women anymore, because that's not his natural position. He's trying to find out how he should behave as a man. And these domineering, overbearing Black mothers always try to beat it out of their sons or bully it out of their sons. And sometimes their sons don't go for it. He just become extra rebellious. And some of them, a lot of them, just buck down to what she's saying. He just goes with what she's saying. And he stops being able to stand up for himself, or he never learns how to stand up for himself, particularly women. And then he'll actually extend this out to other women. This is the mama's boy. He'll extend it out to other women. Another woman will be able to come along and run him the same way that his mom does, and he won't see any problem with it. Inside, he'll feel some type of way about it, but he won't understand how to assert and how to put a stop to that because his mother demoralized him. You can tell that she feels ownership. I've told you that Black mothers own their children. And
being that y'all late for class, I already said what I said. Me and Pat already said this, but I'm going to repeat myself. Number one, you will have to describe the phone call that the mother have got. The mother said, I thought you were dead yesterday. I got a phone call. I thought you were dead yesterday. All right. And then she said, I'm taking my son home, which means something went down. It did not mean her son was a part of it. Doesn't mean that he was doing criminal activity. Doesn't mean none of that. Okay. Now, when he learned about his manhood, she said, when I said you was dead, my heart dropped. How do you not feel for another woman? You worried about manhood so much. You didn't care that she said, I thought you were dead. My heart dropped. So then when she found out where her son was at, she went and got her son. Period and point blank. All this, she thinks she's his and all. No, chick. You must not saw what we saw. I want to give, that's my daughter or my son. No mother wants to hear that shit. No mother want to hear that. But you worrying about some goddamn manhood? When somebody told her son is not here and her whole stuff, her heart dropped. You worrying about a man being a man? That is okay. You didn't care about her being. How would you like to get that phone call? You don't have any biological, so I'm not going to get on that. But if you have a biological child, how would you like to get that freaking phone call? And then you know where your son is at. Well, he's going to be a man, okay? Or then he's right over there. Exactly, Pat. We're going to have a man speak. Let's see what this man has to say. She doesn't care about other women. She care about the men. She care about being accepted. Matter of fact, all she's doing is regurgitating what they saying. And then one of her people going to come in here like, I give her, you don't call me strong and wrong. I didn't ask for your ass anyway. Hey, my baby foot soldier. Hey, my boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, they make it saying we want them. Or you got them well-off men. We don't give a damn. Shoot. Oh, she crazy? I could see if the boy was out there with his friends acting a fool, I still would have went and got my goddamn son. I still would have gotten him. But she totally skipped over the part where she said, remember, this is a whole new day. So which means the whole night this lady cried her eyes out. This whole night this lady was shooken up. This whole night, these people had to come over to conceal this lady. She forgot all of that. Of course, when I find out where he at, I'm coming to get him. She got lipstick on her glasses. I'm glad here we value our men. We value our men. And our men let us be us in this chat, in this sniper community. But I shouldn't say that too much because I don't want Trejo's girlfriend Kiki coming to get me. I don't want coming up doing no drive-bys or nothing. You know what I'm saying? The blind, yeah. She too busy protecting it. Like, even if I wanted to be down with the Black manosphere and be all this, because she says all, so she's inclusive. Certain subjects I just wouldn't touch. Certain subjects I will not touch. When it comes down to somebody saying my heart dropped and I thought that you were dead, I'm not touching that. Let your manosphere people touch that. Me as a woman, I wouldn't. I'm not doing that. It don't even sound right. That's some heartless shit. You're a heartless woman. You are very heartless. And I played it twice just so the people could see where I was coming from. I played it twice. That's some heartless shit. That's heartless. Can you imagine the night that woman had to go through, that whole night, how that lady, I bet you she didn't even freaking sleep. Oh, Ninja? Oh. Poor mom, I bet she played Pat, played every scenario over and over in her head. I'd be surprised if that mom, that's what I just said. Exactly. Can she imagine certain things that I'm not touching that? Mm-mm. But now we're going to see what this man has to say. I don't know what he has to say. But now I'm going to give a man a chance to speak. You know, I gave that man a chance to speak yesterday, and the video just disappeared. The guy from the Alpha, what the hell is it? Alpha Money? Whatever the hell. His video just disappeared. I guess we're not friends no more. I don't know. Today, she's a blind flower. Trejo's, that press two. He always started trouble. I'm telling you, he started trouble all the time. That press two. I'm sick of her. You know, I'm sick of her. Let's hear what this man has to say. Let's hear what this man has to say. Let's see. You got oh my God, I got the best chat ever. Now let's see what this man has to say. Now he's speaking upon manhood too, but let's see what he has to say. It's nice and short. We're gonna have to check him out. Let's go.
How love works, where we talk about the principles for lasting love. Hey family, we're going to be dealing with a subject matter today that I think is something that most of us never give a whole lot of thought to. I'm going to talk about something that has been attacking and causing a cancer in our community for some time. I want to talk about why manhood matters. It is the real reason why Black men continue to lose. Why manhood matters. The real reason why Black men continue to lose. Well, let me think about it from this perspective. I think about it from my own personal life. I think about some of the...
So the high five challenge is something that I've created.
Family, and some of the areas where I'm seeing a lot of weakness in the area of manhood. One of the biggest weaknesses that I see and that I notice is that there are a lot of young men who just doesn't seem to have any ambition anymore. And more importantly, I'm seeing a lot of drifting in our community. I'm at a point now where every time I go outside of my home, I go into the mainstream and I see young Black men. And typically what I will notice is I'm seeing men who don't care how they present themselves. They don't care how they talk in front of people. They don't even seem to care that they're not doing anything with their lives. Now, initially, when I used to see these things, I would be very, very upset because I know that there is a lot more in life that these young men can be doing. And then, of course, then I go into my therapeutic mind and I start thinking that perhaps maybe the real issue is that these brothers don't have a father figure. No matter what I ended up concluding, I always came back to this same conclusion, and that was there's something missing. Why is it that so many brothers are losing? And it just never dawned on me that perhaps the reality is one of the reasons why a lot of brothers are losing is because they really have no understanding what manhood is really about. I mean, think about it. When you look at the television, you look at the media, you look at the culture, everything you see is upside down when it comes to masculinity. And when it comes to the description of masculinity, we're living right now in an environment where misandry is commonplace. I mean, if you just woke up out of a deep sleep and you walked into American culture today, you would think that being a man equated with being a woman. I mean, you really wouldn't know what masculinity was. You would be so confused because those are the mixed messages that the society is sending. And so, more to my point, when you think about the young black men today, if you were to talk to any young black men, they'll start rattling off all the cliches that they're used to rattling when guys my age confront them about their status and their future. They just say whatever they think we want to hear. But the reality is that we recognize that these brothers are lost, but they don't actually understand how lost they are. They don't even realize their current situation. They don't know why manhood matters. They don't even know what manhood is about. When you think about the young men today in our climate, most of them think manhood is about rapping. Most of them think manhood is about addictive sexual behavior where they're going out conquering foolish women, having one night stand after one night stand after one night stand, never growing up, living a perpetual life of adolescence, never taking personal responsibility for their actions, attitudes, and affections. The biggest thing that's missing from these young men's lives is not having an understanding of what manhood looks like. The biggest reason is because they have not been able to live with models that actually show them a complete picture of masculinity. And secondly, they haven't actually seen it lived out on a day-to-day basis.
See, that's one thing that I constantly say. What qualifies a man? He's absolutely correct. They don't know what masculinity is in the household. So now they're searching for it by downgrading us. We don't have them customs. We had to make our customs in America as we was in America. As however how much we were allowed, that's the custom that was made. We now finding out when it was like Black studies or Black history, like we had to literally go to take a class for that. And we didn't know what part of Africa they was even talking about. Because there's no way you can break down each custom in Africa. That's a whole damn continent. So you telling me teaching us about African culture, but what That's not mine. So you're forcing me to do. We don't know nothing. You can go to any African study class you want to. It's a beautiful thing, but it's a whole entire continent. So that is a custom for whatever tribe or country in Africa they are talking about. But in our world, the real world that we're in, where we do know where we at, we had to make up our customs as we were allowed to. Our customs changes. Unlike other people and their customs, Black American customs had to keep changing. 1 minute we was we had the we were slaves. We had to have a customs for slavery. We was in them shackles. We had to have customs for that. Then when we left, they cut the shackles off. Then we had to make up a whole new custom. Then when they took our men away, women got this custom, men got that custom. Then it was over. So we don't have no real customs here in America. Our customs go with the flow, which nobody is not going to admit. They're not. But what we do know is I'm the parent, you're the child. Like certain things, one thing we do know is what is respect and what is disrespect, right? We know what's respect and we know what is disrespect. So all these men out here, I'm so glad you smart. I'm so glad you all of this. That's why your old lady, she gonna put some of that, give you that, make you that damn cake with that X-Lax in it and make your ass go to the bathroom all damn day. I better stop doing that. But far as even wearing that, I forgot what you call it, that thing around your head, that's not our custom. None of these things that people are bringing here is our customs. That's somebody else's custom. I'm talking about the Black Americans who was here from the beginning. We don't have no damn customs. You know what they say it's supposed to be, but we don't know. We really don't know. So we never knew what was manhood. What is man to a female? What is manhood in America? Because even if daddy took care of the household, daddy probably had mistresses and other kids, and who knows what mommy was doing. A lot of mothers became just as much as drunks as their husband. She drank in the house and he drank outside of the house. But both of them were miserable. You don't know what love is. We haven't really seen love. We've seen our parents together, but we never seen too many of us in a system where we saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. How did they argue? How did they resolve the argument? Did they resolve the argument with the hug or kiss? You got the studies that they're talking about now, what they studying as of now. But that really doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. You're teaching about all these different levels. Nobody speaks upon love. Like the guy told us the other day, if we earned they won't let me find that video, but he said we had to earn a date with him. Well, damn. Now you see why some women just give up. Women don't give up. I see why some of y'all men give up. Men don't give up. Whoever's meant for what's meant for you is what's meant for you. And life is only about happiness. Your happiness and your mate happiness. All this getting money for this bull crap. But hey, they're gonna come with the fuckery. We're gonna be here to cover it. There's no problem to me. You can keep it up. Y'all don't keep it up. But it matches what I will say is be careful what you say about people. Be careful what you say about people. Because that's an old saying. You never know when you're going to bump into them and you're going to need them. You're going to bump into them and you're really going to need them. So I done took me a nap too long. Too long. See, what I want to put, I can't put because that's they'll get my ass. Remember, her views are not my views. What anybody views in here is not my views. I speak well for myself. I speak entirely well for myself. The same way I showed you the video of that man. And if what he says agree with you, that's okay. If he doesn't agree with you, that's okay. But I want to try to keep it mixed. So I'm going to let some men speak to y'all sometime, and I'm going to let some women speak to us. That doesn't mean we agree with them. But you can pick up something, which is nothing wrong with that. Same way we could pick up something. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't have to agree with everything.
Some words that maybe you did not understand why they were associated with me. But my name is Tanya TKO. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist. Inside, as you see, this man, he was in my comments cutting up and acting the doggone fool. So now this man, I thought it was especially important to publish a photo like this, right? Because people think that predators look like this. They were like, oh, you could tell from his burnt out lips that he was a predator, right? I mean, if you can zoom in on the photo. It's a little early and I ain't ate yet. So I'm going to scroll back up, right? To the milk dud, right? So nonetheless, so we have this man here whose skin is smooth, right? He is a member of Kappa Kappa Psi, or allegedly a member. He says he is. He has pictures on his profile. This is not stuff that I'm making up. His comments are not comments that are cloaked and daggered. No, they're on the page out in the open. When he made this comment and I saw the way women were coming and condoning what it is that he was saying. So there are many of us Black women who see a man who has some smooth skin, who may know how to use a razor, some clippers, and may know how to lift a bag of groceries or two, or some plates on a bar, and be able to work out a little bit, right? And we get confused because there's this thing in human nature that talks about how when a person looks good, we automatically think that they are good.
Exactly.
And Black women in the Black community are so good man deprived that they don't know or don't seem to know how to discern when there is a person who is problematic. We look at the damn shellacked, what do you call that thing? Gillette. We looked at the Gillette head, right? the clipped up beard or moisturized with some shea or something, a few muscles from Planet Fitness, right? And we get confused. We bring these niggas around our kids. Oh, yes, I'm using the N-word, goddamn. It's early, that's fine. I'm using it. We bring these niggas around our kids. We got them picking up our daughters from school. We are giving them our house key, our car keys. We got them rolling around in our car all day and picking us up from work and all of this other stuff. We're clapping and applauding them online because we're out here like, how are we out here? Like,
I got a man. At least I got a man.
Is Hunger Games the best?
No, I got a man.
I got
a man.
Give me what it is that we're out here like.
I got a man.
Because we're out here like we are in some battle royale, some grand slam, throwing each other over the ropes to get to a black man who is absconding and holding hostage his affections to the highest bidder, putting you out there to bid with pussy, heart, behavior, whatever it is that you're going to bid with. As much non-marital sex, non-marital head, as much babies as can be produced. It's like we keep sinking ourselves lower and lower and lower at their behest and bacall, right? I know that's not a word, but whatever. I'm going to read. I mean, you could go to the tab yourself. I provided the link. I provided the link for you to go see the thread for yourself because it's there. It's there. The men coming out and condoning R. Kelly. Let me tell you this right now. R. Kelly nor his camp has been able to provide any type of transaction, any type of receipt, any type of money going back and forth. Yes, done. So let's continue going forward. He paid the parents off. They took the money. You know what? Let me read that sentence after. I'll make this larger so you can see in case you need to read it with me, right? I'll make it larger so you can read it with me. His name is Dwayne Parker, by the way, as you see on the screen. Go to the community tab and look at the post. He paid the parents off. They took the money. Where's the receipt? What is the proof that you have that anybody took any type of payment? The parents testified. R. Kelly's camp testified. The people who were in his, listen, if there was a ring of parents selling children, let's round them up. Let's bring proof. If you have proof, bring it forward. Do not let parents who participated in the traffic and quote unquote sale, because you cannot sell a human being. A human being has governance of their own body. And when they're too young to consent, the parents don't have governance to give you consent. There's no consent that can be given to a minor. So whether a person claims that they receive payments or, oh, it's all good, I got payments, so now I can assault, right? I got the payment, so now I can assault children, right? No. Provide proof of this payment so that anybody, because listen, there are a lot of people. We sang the song one by one. We are going to chop them down, send for the oxa, cut out them tongue. One by one, these people will get chopped down. If there's a person who participated in illegal and felonious activities, especially as related to a minor, that person shall go down. Period. Male, female, old, young. If you participated in felonious activities, especially in this whole boondoggle of a case. So let's continue going forward. Let's continue. This is the part right here that I find troubling. They took money for their so-called innocent daughters.
Do you think that the
I gotta take a pause on that one. What are your thoughts on this? They're so-called, so they're not innocent. The 13-year-old who are that, when I saw that, I became like in 2001, when I saw that, I became sickened in every part of my core and being when I saw that little girl's body and him assaulting her. So-called innocent. Aaliyah was 15. If there is and it just the whole thing just brings up so much for me. Because if a 15-year-old, if a 13-year-old Black girl is not innocent, it is because some grown man either deemed her not so or defiled her and took away the innocence which she had. A child knows nothing of intercourse until they're introduced to it. And in the Black community, as reported in as reported on, was it Essence magazine? Oh my gosh, wherever it was reported, go look. 60% of Black girls are harmed before the age, intimately harmed. There's certain words you can't say on YouTube. Statutorily and intimately harmed under the age of 18 by a man who is grown. That these teen babies, that it was already shown that teenage pregnancies were by and large produced by men who are over the age of 25. 30-year-old men impregnating children, little girls. And you see them, you see the Israelites talking about once they get that first menses, their women at 12, coming up with any excuse. So listen, we have to excise. I learned this word the other day. I was watching a show.
Isn't that the same thing that lady said yesterday, Miss Crimson Tide? And this man got the audacity to tell me 200,000 people watch her. So you got 200, even though she doesn't have 220,000. I'm going to put it on the screen of how many people he said watch her. So he thought he's going to come up here and scare me. He says, tell that to now look at him. Look at Harlem Street Tales. He looked like okay, look at him. He says to me, tell that to the 200,000 people who agree with her and watch her. Then he says, you got 5 people watching you. She got 200,000. Then he said, I'm strong and wrong. So she has 200,000 people that agree with her when they said once a woman or a little girl get her menses, she's a grown woman. And I showed y'all guys this the other day. We did a full video on this, that it was so disgusting, I couldn't even finish the damn video. Nowhere, but it's not no 200,000 people. Just because 200, thank you. That part is true too, Blanche. Our society don't allow little Black girls. I think you meant our society don't allow Black girls to be little. Or I know what you meant. But I'm saying we have over 200,000 people. But let's say all of them did agree with her. We got 200,000 people that agrees with a child when remember, she said 13 to 14. She said by the time they reach 18, they should have 3 kids already. They should have 3 kids. She spoke upon these babies like nothing but possessions. She did not speak of them as human beings. There's no way You're going to tell me, but that's biological. There's no way you're going to tell me a 13-year-old is going to marry another 13-year-old. What you're saying is that that's for that 13-year-old to marry an older man who can provide for her. A 13-year-old little boy cannot. I don't know why people did let her slip with that whole freaking video. The whole entire video was disgusting. Disgusting. So if I got 5, these are 5 to 5. I got 8 now. The 8 people that's in here is the smartest 8 people that I've ever seen. Y'all smarter. Isn't that something? 8 people is smarter than 200,000 people. That don't look good in your favor. It doesn't look good that I got 8 people that's smarter than all 200,000 of you guys together. And this goes for little boys too. Cause my heart goes, a lot of young men been violated also. Our kids are being violated. But for a woman, it's because they don't consider a woman being violated because she has her menses. But they consider the young little boy violated. They both are violated. These poor babies. But we're going to carry on. I like TKO. Make sure y'all check her out, please.
Show where they were talking about a tumor. For those of you who don't know what the word excise means, because if you look it up, the first definition is going to come up about tax or whatnot. But excise, as in the word excision, is to take and cut out completely and remove. Exile means to remove from a community. We need to excise and exile these deranged, derelict Black men, these cape-wielding, enabling, problematic, often demonic Black women who are providing the air and the wind beneath their wings, the wind beneath their cape. So these problematic men, you know, as a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to go grab my board in a second. I'm going to go grab my board in a moment. I want to finish reading on it. It's finally working. It's finally working. Here we go. All right. I want you to please put up the number 3 if Black men's behavior online has created a negative feeling and reaction inside you. In real life. Put the number 3. Put up the number 4 if it has not affected you in any way whatsoever, right? And put up the number 5 if their behavior online has given you a more favorable opinion and outlook of them, that you have a viscerally good feeling towards them as a result of their behavior that you have seen online, because most of us have been online over the past 2 years, so we've had a lot more contact with people. Right? So it's 3, 4, and 5, right? Okay. To see. I just want you to see. Right thing. If you're a Black woman, right? And when you see Black men on the street, if you cross the street or otherwise interrupt the path that you are going on in order not to come into contact with them, I want you to put up a 6. If you don't alter your path, put up a sex workers to be bothered with them. And that is true because sex workers, so we have one person, Simone, who she said she put up an 8. Okay. We're so happy. We're so happy. We're so happy. Look around. Look around. Look around. Please don't post links in my comment area. It's going to get you blocked. Don't post your links. If you want to advertise, speak to me offline and let's talk about some advertising rates. But don't post your links.
All right.
All right.
Let's continue to go forward.
So let's continue to go forward. How many of you saw the video that I put up last night? Right? Listen, let's not call people names in here. Let's not call people names. She has had positive interactions with Black men on the streets, or whatever type of interaction she's having, she wants more of those on the streets. Most people have not had positive interactions with Black men on the streets. Most have not.
Well, I have.
All right, there we go. I'm gonna leave it like this. I could warm it up a little. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna warm it up a little bit. I'm gonna warm it up just a little. Listen, they have the right to worship whoever it is that they want to worship. And this is why.
Well, I had good contact with men on the street. I had no problems. I have to be the one to put up a. I ain't had no problems. Some of them, depending on where you at, you gotta breathe. But I keep it moving. Can't keep crossing the street every time you see a Black man. You can't do that.
Recycle. All right, let me move this from the screen so that you all can see. Give me one moment. All right, so here. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let's get into it. All right. All right. So look, this is what I want you all to know. They say that one predator, a person who is an artist, that's the type of predator we're talking about, right? Hurts 16 people. They will R 16 people on average in a lifetime. Right? This is what the data has shown. 16 people. So the person, when we did that broadcast yesterday, and the person was like, "Oh, why bother getting R. Kelly off the street? There's so many more out there," right? All right. One predator, 16 people, right? Or 16 people that they are, right? So we have 16 right here on the top. We're gonna get into some exponents in a moment, right? 16 people, they each have 32 parents, right? So underneath them, in this, they have 32 parents, right? 16 people, 32 parents, right? Each of those parents have, how many, wait, each parent has 2 parents, right? Because each person has 4 grandparents. So what is this number right here, underneath here? Is it 64 or is it higher? Give me the number. Give me the number. I'm waiting for somebody to give me the number, right? Let's see if the American educational system is working, or British, or wherever it is that we are, because most people in America are sleeping right now. So let's talk. So each 37, 32 times 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. And 1 is 22. That's 224 on this row. 64 times 7, and then it just continues to go up from there. So when we get 7, no, we're going to do the 64 times 7. 64 times 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 6 is 42, 43, 44. So we have 448 people who are saved, who are spared. 448 people who are spared from the pain of assault when we get just 7 predators off of the streets, right? So come on. Look. Look. That was fun. Somebody said the math is off. That's fine. You know what? Well, why don't we do this? If the math is off, that's fine. Just, you could write the math in the, which one did I get wrong? I don't want to dwell on it. I don't want to dwell on it, right? Because you understand what it is that we're saying. You can do the math if you want. We only need one person to do the math in the comments, and then we can just have the official numbers if we did it wrong. It is 7 a.m, right? So it's a little early. So-called innocent daughters. And then that's when we started talking about if they weren't innocent. If a 13-year-old is not innocent, then somebody made them non-innocent. It's as simple as that.
Exactly.
R. Kelly never held anyone against their will. Where is he getting this from? The court documents say otherwise. Why is he speaking about what R. Kelly with a surety what R. Kelly has or has not done? You don't know Kelly. Why are you so willing to vouch for him? You don't know what he's done. We have heard that the doors were locked. The girls couldn't even go to the damn bathroom. They had a bucket in the room. So when you say they weren't held against their will, well, how do you know what the F was going on behind the scenes, right? I feel like my thing is not blended in. We're going to continue reading while I continue to sponge and blend, right? Then he goes, his assistant even said it. Those girls hung around because they wanted to. They didn't leave because they wanted to stay, which is why the parents were asking them to come home. Now, if you're in any, so which one is it? Did they sell them or they want them home? He said that the parents delivered and sold them, right? But yet they're coming and saying, I want you home. That sounds contradictory.
Duh.
Did they sell them or not?
Duh.
But if you sell something, how you asking for it back? It's sold.
Exactly.
So it's like, even he doesn't believe. But he's saying it nonetheless.
Yeah.
It's a lie. That looks good.
Yeah,
it's a lie, but he's believing the lie nonetheless, right? Nonetheless, he is believing the lie or repeating the lie. I don't think that they really believe it, but I think because it's a Black girl, because the girls are Black. Listen, R. Kelly didn't choose girls who had high self-esteem and high self-worth. He listened to their issues. He told them to open up. He is a predator, a super predator. And when these people start calling folks super predators and they're like, oh, how dare you talk about us this way? Listen, look at how you all behave. Look at how you all behave, right? All right, let's continue going forward. Which is why the parents were asking them to come home. Now, if you're in any place of abuse, your ass gon' get out unless you want to be in it. The F out of here. How? There's grown women who can't get out of abusive relationships. Imagine a teenager who's been told that they've been sold. A teenager who's been given a venereal disease. A teenager that has now been forced to engage in pedophilic acts, which he caught on camera, which now if they come forward, they're going to also be arrested. So he's using these blackmailing tapes and all this other stuff, right? So nonetheless, my response, you can read my response to him. You could read my response. I spoke about how it is the evidence, it is a child cannot consent, et cetera, et cetera. Remember, this guy here, he has his own business where he is called the pastor of fitness. He's with Kappa Kappa Psi, and he's online boldly making these statements because he knows that people are not advocating for Black girls in the ways that they should be or could be, that they are largely unprotected, and that these maniacs can run rampant in the community, saying and doing whatever it is that they want because they know that Black girls and women are largely unprotected. So it is a vicious cycle of lack of protection where girls and women are left unprotected, and because they're left unprotected, these predators then roam free. They roam free. And then this was the other one that we pointed out last week where he was like, why people can't just mind their business. Ask the young lady why she was there alone, so she get no blame. He's talking about the 14-year-old girl who brother Polite, Michael Nowak assaulted. That's what he's talking about. And he went on to make even more problematic comments. I put the link there so that you all can see it. He was like, she was there. What's your problem? This little girl is around grown men. Where is her mother? Listen, the grown man was somebody who was dating her mother. They've been dating for years.
Exactly.
So basically, what Black men are saying, this is what Black men are saying. I want you all to read between the lines and see what they're saying. They are saying, don't you know that Black men ain't shit? That even if they're acquitted, you need to consider them guilty. Listen, this is what they're saying. Don't date them. Abort their children if they are not married to you. Because if you don't abort their children, you will be forced to be out here in the world unprotected, and you cannot date. You cannot date because Black men will hurt your children. They won't protect your children. So don't even bother bringing them into the world, because you cannot trust a Black man even if you're dating him. This is what Black men are saying if you read between the lines. This is what they're saying. I mean, you all are hearing what I'm hearing too, right? A woman should be able to trust her child with the child's stepfather.
Nope.
You should be able to go down to the lobby with her without him stealing the child and taking the child to a hotel to batter her mouth and cover her with his seminal fluids. He should be able to do that. But you're saying we can't even trust a stepfather. You're saying if a Black man is acquitted, he's still guilty. R. Kelly was acquitted. You're saying that these are the things that they're saying. They don't understand that they're expressing that when they condone this. So let me continue going on, right? Let me continue going on. Let me finish telling. And they're all dimes. And then I was like, what the hell? Then I heard the lyrics, shoot him in the face, shoot him in the throat. Then it was talking about sex and having so much sex and this, that, and the other. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I said, how did we let this happen? How did we allow these violent, abhorrent, disgusting lyrics to become so rampant in our community? We need to excise and exile these derelicts. We need to not buy this music, right? Listen, we need to not buy this music. If it comes on in the club, we need to sit down. We need to boycott companies that sponsor these demons, right? Because I'm like, why should we have to hear about being shot in the throat in a public park in the airwaves? That the music that they were playing, right? I don't know what song it was. The beat was the incantation was like, I got a room full of bitches and they all mine. I got a room full of bitches and they all dimes. Shoot him in the face. Shoot him in the throat. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Some of you know the lyrics out there, but my audience is a little bit older, so I don't know what that is, right? But let me play this for you all real quick. Let me play this for you all. Let me play this so that you can hear something that I heard years ago that I thought deserved to be heard some more. I don't know who it was. You all are guessing. Google the lyrics. I'll Google it because I'm telling you that's what it was. I got a room. Let me put this up so that you all can see. Right. Here we go. I got a room full of bitches and they all dimes. Okay. All right. So it says All the Smoke lyrics by 21 Savage. That's what it says. So these are the lyrics. These are the lyrics. I didn't finish putting on my makeup, so please forgive me. Or don't. I don't give a F about your forgiveness. I don't even know why I said that. All right. So it says, whoa, 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 yeah, whoa, 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 a bunch of whole woes and yeahs. Dropped out of school.
21.
No, this is the first verse.
I dropped out of school at 21.
This is the first verse.
Oh, Lordy.
This is the first verse. This is the first verse. Dropped out of school, 21. Went and bought a tool. Got a deuce. What? Time to act a fool. Yeah. Selling 2 for $5. Yeah. Right on Central Drive.
Yeah.
Let me make this bigger so that you all can see
I don't think I should have to listen to this,
if you
Tanya.
Think this a joke.
Why are you doing this to me?
Mick? This is no joke. This is a
Why
real
is she
word.
doing this to me?
Dropped out of school.
What I do to her?
Went and bought a tool. Got a deuce. Time to act a fool. Yeah. Selling 2 for $5.
Yeah.
Right on Central Drive.
Yeah.
You can ask my mama.
Mama.
I ain't tell no lies.
Lie.
Wanna snort a line.
What?
Savage got them lines. Yeah, them ends used to rap. But I jumped the line. Let's see. I listened to your mixtape. That shit was whack. Studio time. You need to get your money back. Hold on. It's not on the screen so you all can see what I'm seeing.
We don't need it
over so you all can see the full thing. All right. Back in the day, I let my uncle cook my crack. Back in the day, I would have took that nigga pack. Fast forward, still whack, round a strap.
Oh my God.
Gotta keep that pistol
I know, guys.
on me.
I'm sorry.
All at all times. Gotta keep a yapper on me. I got all kinds. Room full of bad bitches and they all mine. Room full of bad bitches and they all dimes. In a breakdown trap serving all dimes.
Yeah.
Burglar bars door. Water on the stove. Watch me whip her. Oh. What is this? What is this?
21 be bumping for bingo for dime.
All the smoke.
That's going to be on the other
we
page.
Want all the smoke.
Other page.
Draco. Shoot him in the face. Shoot him in the nose.
I can't.
I paid my lawyer dope. He played.
I love you guys, but not that much. I can't take no more of that. So it's a part 2 to this. Don't worry about it. But I can't take no more of that.
This right here is a song. My pastoral vocabulary won't let me read the title. But I will read this. Catch a young black male not paying attention at the red light with your AK-47. Let me see you shoot it. You're a killer. Than that. Maybe when white people do it, they're accused of acting black. But if you want to know how comfortable we are with black murder, you just got to look at the marketplace. When you see this photo 1 week after Dr. King won the Montgomery bus court case, and they decided to eliminate the racist policies and the discriminatory policies, this is his picture. It was a great victory. And you know about the prejudice, you know about the discrimination, but right here on the front of the bus is the racism. Because racism exists in the unchecked and the unchallenged normal. My question is, 60 years later, what in the world is a Pepsi ad doing on the front of a bus company that makes black people sit in the back? What in the world is it doing there? I mean, did the Pepsi CEO look back on that today and go, yeah, that was a fail. Shouldn't have done that. Are they ashamed? Are they ashamed that they would? Well, let me ask you this. Could they do it today? If I started a bus company in Jacksonville and said, I got this great thing, beautiful buses, I want Pepsi's name on it. They said, let's do the deal. I said, but the deal is gays, blacks, and Jews sit at the back. They couldn't put their name on that. Why? Because as American attitudes change, as American definitions change, as American norms change, guess who else has to change? The marketplace. There's certain things they could get away with when that type of thing was normal that they can't get away with now. The same thing not only goes with policy, it goes with entertainment. My favorite cartoon, one of them all time, is Tom and Jerry. This is Mammy Two Shoes. Mammy Two Shoes, you never saw her except for a couple of times above the knees. She was always the one yelling at Thomas the cat for what he was doing. She was voiced by Lillian Randolph, a great radio actress. But here's the interesting thing. White entertainers create white entertainment. They carve out a black role, and the black role that they saw fit was to play this stereotypical black woman. That lasted up until in the early 50s, then huge protests broke out, and they said, you know what, we don't want to be portrayed like that anymore. And to this day, if you want to watch Tom and Jerry, you go home, you want to watch it on Netflix, you want to watch it on Amazon, this comes up on the screen. It says, what you're about to watch contains some racial stereotypes. They were wrong then, and they're wrong now. They were commonplace. We don't want to edit her out because that will make it like it never happened. We're going to put her in, but know that we know there's something wrong with this. Now, we don't have Mammy Two Shoes today. You can't get away with it. Nobody would put it out there. But we do have black people that get on the radio every day in white-owned companies, white-owned stations with white-owned sponsors that play the role of hypersexualized criminalized male. I asked these advertisers, I say, I've got hundreds of songs a day that celebrate killing animals. Will you put them on your station? They said, no. I got hundreds of songs a day that talk about assaulting women and abusing kids. Would you put them on your station? They said, no. I said, I got hundreds of songs a day that talk about murdering blacks. Would you put them on your stations? They said, well, that depends. It depends on what? Who it's done.
All right. Somebody said their video froze, so I just need to make sure that we are still on the air, because you know YouTube, when you're, because this is a TED Talk.
I believe you should make music about stringing people up on trees. I believe you should make music about killing whitey. I believe you should make all that music. But I also believe that in the mainstream marketplace, people should hesitate associating their name with certain content. You know, there's certain stuff you can't buy at the store, certain stuff you can't get on iTunes because their brand doesn't want it. But if you want to hear black people celebrating killing black people, they got thousands and thousands and thousands of those things to sell you. I don't think it's about censorship. I think it's about American cultural hypocrisy. Because here's the truth. These black entertainers, they can't sing just about anything. There's some stuff that'll get them fired, and they get dropped, and they get fired, and they get slapped on the wrist, and they get disciplined all the time. Why? Because sometimes they step over the bounds. A very famous case is what happened with Rick Ross. Rick Ross is the Mammy Two Shoes, one of the many Mammy Two Shoes of our day. He's
I want you to listen, because I reported on this when it first came out. You all remember the lyric. The lyric was something along the lines of, she was sitting drinking Coke. He put a Molly in her drink. Now we effing. So he roofied her, and then they started having intercourse, or I'm effing, something along those lines, right? You can Google you know what? Let's Google the Rick Ross rape lyrics so that we can see what that is. Give me 1 second. Let's look for that, because I remember black men and women argued with me too back then. This was about 2012, 2013. I made a video, right? When I made the video, black men argued with me. They were like, oh, that's not rape. I said, listen, if she is placed under the influence. And so here, let's find the lyrics. Let's find the lyrics. Oh, you know, I don't want to play it. I want to read the lyric. Let me Google, let me Control F the word Molly on the page. All right, it says here, apparently Rick Ross slipping the street drug Molly into a woman's drink, taking her home, enjoying that, and she ain't even know it, isn't rape because the actual term wasn't included, right?
Not that.
All right, so they're being sarcastic. I want to find where. No, we cannot play that in my video. I'm looking for the actual. Look at your girl. I look so sad in this video. Look at me. This is when I did my big chop. Look at Tanya. Look.
Hello, lovebirds. Tanya TKO here. And I wanted to speak very briefly on this Rick Ross situation.
My voice was so much higher then, wasn't it? And I wanted to speak very briefly on this Rick Ross. So we did a whole video talking about it.
Now, what is particularly alarming for me about this is that when he was giving his apology, he continued to say stuff like, I would never use the word rape, I would never use the term rape, etc. All righty. Yes, Ricky, old boy. I'm sure that you would not use the quote-unquote term rape, but you guys remember that Shakespearean prose where it said a rose by any other name still smells as sweet? Well, guess what? Intercourse with a person who is passed out, they did not give consent.
That's going off. Here's the part 2. That wasn't the lyric. I don't know, but it was very, yeah. The nails are going to be the death of me. These nails. But the thing is, what they don't understand with these videos, these men and these women, they make it hard for people like me who has to deal. They make it hard for anybody that has to deal with adolescent children. Yeah, Mm-hmm. But they make it really, really hard for people who has to deal with children. Because now you got these little boys thinking they superior and they supposed to be a man, and they're very disrespectful towards these young ladies. And I mean from 13, I'm talking about under 21, under 18. I remember one time Tommy had my job really hard. All the things that Tommy said, them young kids thought that they could say to the little girls in my program. Yes. They they thought it was okay to disrespect them. Yes, they did. They thought it was okay. They thought it was the man. And even with me working, they didn't know that that's my program. I am the boss. They kept asking for the boss. Now, one this, I'm like me, the person higher up, I'm like, that's me. One day I was like, do you want to call Jesus? That's who my boss is, okay? So a lot of fights and stuff break out. And then you got one, I didn't, thank goodness we didn't have fights, but in the area. And there's always a conversation of a man always crying about him being a man. That's that fight with you goes back to slavery. It has nothing to do with the female. It has nothing to do with the black female or any other female. That's your problem. That's been like certain things was embedded in us. Same thing was embedded into men. And
All right, I missed
in C-Town, I mean Farmfield, get 3 of these juices for $5. Hey, living your best life. Now, as I was saying, the more we watch these videos, they don't understand the impact and they don't understand who watches the replay. So it makes my job really, really hard. Because you got to keep telling them, no, this is a young lady. There ain't no lady at that beat. And then it's hard getting these women to act like young ladies as they're getting disrespected at the same time. But you know, a lot of these women are not like they're not really watching like the pink pills or the pills that all that feminism and all that stuff. They're not really into that. But the youth, men are into that stuff. Wait, what the men be saying. So they're learning the game. The girls are not. The girls are too busy chasing them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like I said, we have to really start having more discussions with these babies. And we have to counteract. People may figure it doesn't have nothing to do with me. But in reality, yes, it does. It has a lot to do with you. So a lot of people like to get out of stuff that doesn't contain them. But in reality, it contains you. That's why I do these particular videos, because it has to be somebody, which I wish I see more people who makes it more balanced, who makes it a little bit more equal. You know, the same way if you can call a woman out on her crap, you can call a man out on their crap. But see, you can't say you love men and you're around your men, and the best thing you can say is they ain't jail because of woman. You're not teaching these boys to stop. Don't argue with these women. Mothers, sons, you're teaching them how to get a woman, but you're not teaching them, hey, these are red flags. Because some women, hey, boss lady. Now I'm getting ready to go into the next subject. Boss lady, we've been thinking about you. I hope you're feeling better, my baby. We're going to go right entirely into the next subject, because that man video disappeared. I'm going to look for that video one more time, because it disappeared. And it doesn't say that it was taken down. Where did that video go? I just did it yesterday. Hold on. Oh, 6:30. Keep this right here. Before we end, I just want to go right back. This is what they're trying to do to us. I want to go back to the video I had yesterday. And this video breaks my heart. I would love to do a follow-up on this lady. I need to know her name. But this is the point. This is what they're trying to drive into our heads. And a lot of women ain't going for it. Thank goodness. Oh, I'm hungry. Can you get the food? Yes, you can relax. Stairs? Yes. You got an elevator? That's 4th floor. I can't go. You only walking and you ain't walking up and down all day. Yes, I was. Can someone please speed up the time for hours? I was showing them speed up. Boom. Speed it up right now. I'm going to show this video at the end, because they put the pressure on us so much. This is what they want from us, and we're not having it. This video, I don't care if it's fake or real, it breaks my heart. This is what they want.
You. And you got a hidden name, child. That ain't the way to do it. You sound almost like this.
Hi guys, I'm so sad right now because I just came to a realization. These past few days have been so hard for me, because you know how men say that women have toxic feminism, and like you'll get to a certain age and like no one will want to marry you and no one will love you. Like I feel like I've gotten to that point, guys. Like I was so hung on to this feminism thing and I missed out on marriage and on children. And now like I'm at a point in my life where like I'm so bitter. I'm so jealous of people who have marriages because they're so happy and their husbands don't even cheat on them. And like men are just the best. You know, like right now is when I'm realizing like I can't do without them. And right now I'm like, I don't care like, if you are rich or poor, tall, dark, handsome, ugly, me, I don't care, by the way. As long as you're a man and you're breathing, like that's the only qualification I need because I'm just so.
She said the only qualification that she needs, if the man is a man and if he is breathing. A lot of good women have to put up with this bull crap. Because they're not training them girls on them poles. They got their own set of pimps that train. It's like when it comes to being a woman, we're going to talk about this tomorrow, any day I pick. Well, we're going to get more into how, you know, just leave us alone. Just leave us alone. Well, we're going to do more stuff. I just want to end. This is where they want us. They think they're going to starve us out. They're going to dog us out. But guess what? Y'all got needs. What y'all needs got to get met. But this is where they want us. Oh, I'll submit. I'm going to submit. Whatever would you like? What again? America. I don't care where your family is from. America, Black people do not have a culture. We had to create a culture. Unlike anybody else, we did not come here and knew of our culture. The only ones who didn't know was the first ones that was on that ship. But other than that, we had to make our own culture, which I'm glad we did because everybody's following us before it got tainted. Before it got tainted. We the only people who had to create our own culture. We had to create our own walk. We had to create our stance on stuff. We had to create a slang. That's why I don't get mad when people say, oh, you don't talk proper. Not to me, but I get it. I get why we do what we do. I get why we talk. Slang means that I only know one language. Majority of people that come here with their native tongue. Our native tongue was taken from us. So we created slang. So you can't be like, oh, I'm proper and they speak slang. No, it was a reason why we spoke slang. Because we had to create a way of giving us another language where if I spoke to you, this person would not understand. We created that culture. Up until today, I'm glad that we keep changing our slang, but they led you to believe that they were dumb, they were stupid, they was uneducated. No, they were smart. They were smart. We didn't know everybody else can be around us and flip the language, and we don't know what they're saying. But the minute we create our own language and create slang, now we dumb and stupid and uneducated. Do you see how they make you think you dumb, stupid, and uneducated? They made you believe when you was on them corners before the drugs and stuff, when you was singing on them corners and stuff, they was calling you all types of things, not knowing that was going to become doo-wop music. And then from doo-wop music, singing on the corners, we was going to get hip-hop. I'm talking about the real hip-hop. I'm not talking about the fake one. I'm talking about the real one. But everything we do everything that we do, they are so quick to make us feel bad. No, I had to break up Magic because he wanted to tell me what to do, and he has no money, but I deserve better. Oh, girl, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. I had a video of this man, and it doesn't say the video was taken, and I can't find it. One of them alpha men, they took my video. They took my daggone video. It's gone. That's crazy. My video is gone. No, that's cray. They took my video. That is crazy. Nope, it's gone. It is gone. I don't know how it disappeared. I see a lot of my videos disappeared. What's up with that? What is up with that? They done stole my video. How you do that? Yep, it's gone. That's crazy. But like I said, oh Lord, what did I do? I don't know. But like I said, we got to stop. Right, Blanche, you have nothing and want to be controlled. Yeah, it was a necessity to be able to communicate with your own people. The British Army done the same thing with the Irish. If they were caught speaking Irish, they would be hung or beaten and sent overseas to work and farm. Yeah, but when it come down to us, we so quick to call each other. I'm like, that's the best thing. But the thing is, they didn't create what we call slang. We created a whole new slang. All we did was take the words that they gave us, but gave it a different meaning. Yeah, so that was beautiful. So they really did not know what we were saying. Like if we said the word cheese, they thinking they talking about cheese, but in the reality, we were talking about some money, or we talking about that bread or that dough. We saying American words, but we changed the meaning of it. Then we got slang. But instead of us saying that's part of our culture, we didn't embrace it. So now we look at them like we're better than them and they low lives. That's why they can have a whole conversation about you in your face and you don't even know what they're talking about. That was because we was the only race that learned their language. Everybody else come here has knowledge of their country, language of their country. A lot of them would say, oh, my grandparents don't speak no English, or my mother don't speak no English. We don't have that same say-so. We don't have that. That's why I'm not too quick to correct people all the time. Unless they need to be corrected. Like, it's a time and place for everything. It really depends on the time and the place. Because, see, while we're correcting them, other people are learning us. Like, I've never known what thought. What the heck is a thought? And what does thought mean? I said, oh, snap. But now look at everybody saying it. Everybody's picking up on us. But we learned to do that because back in the days, we had to communicate without you knowing. And it's not because we was doing something secretly. had nothing to do with being a secret. We just felt like, damn, everybody can speak 2 languages but us. Let's make up our own language. Let's change the meaning. That's what that was about. I ain't mad at us Black folks. I ain't mad. But we're gonna definitely have I've been wanting to do panels. So y'all don't let me know. Sometimes people try to make slang sound like dumb people when it was thank you. When it was genius way of showing them how a whole culture was able to adapt, communicate with each other. I love slang. Thank you, Pat. Exactly. That was freaking genius. And you took my whole entire language and culture. I'm gonna make up another one. Everything they did, we made up another one. We just made up another one. I try to have a girl panel on here. And my guy, his name is Gray. Me and him is cool and I like him, but he must misunderstood. But he'll come back, hopefully. We'll talk about it. But I wasn't going to talk about him. But we was trying to get a girls panel up here. Then we're going to try to have a guys panel up here. Because we're not listening to each other. We're stuck on what we believe, but neither one of us knows how to listen. The only thing a woman knows is her struggle. The only thing a man knows is his struggle. When we don't listen, we think we always trying to have a pissing contest with each other. And we got to stop that. I mean, y'all don't have to stop nothing. But women, let me just let y'all guys know, women is not the only ones that's growing old lonely, okay? Y'all keep thinking that we're going to grow old lonely. No, there's a lot of lonely men out there too. A lot of them, I know that for a fact. There's a lot of men I see, and they don't get visitors or nothing. Don't make it seem like, oh, we bet y'all not gonna marry us if we not. Guess what? Y'all not getting married neither. That's why y'all. First of all, I'm not gonna be in a man's chat and watch a man kiss the next man butt. And now you want to talk to me? I don't think so. I don't think so. That man, if he can't take up for himself and he's a man and you got to go coming into my chat and running into other people's chats, helping the next man, I definitely don't want you. I think you need to stay on over there with your man. I don't know what's going on the other side of town. I don't know what's going on, but definitely tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday. When tomorrow's Thursday, you know we're going to have our morning fuckery. Yes, we're going to have our morning fuckery. Our morning fuckery starts at 9 or 10, and then we're going to try to do a subject, and then I don't know. I like my little grinding. But this is about done. I thank all you guys for being here. I'm going to go see what's going on in the other side of town because I got about an hour left and I got to go to a meeting. So I shall speak to you guys later. Tomorrow is Friday. So y'all know I'm always messing up. Today's Thursday. Dang, Nicole, I'm always messing up. Well, okay. Don't listen to me ever when I tell you what day it is, okay? Do not listen to me ever. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Yeah, I really mean that. Oh my God. Well, hopefully my meeting is still today. I didn't miss the meeting. Well, I got an hour to chill with you guys over there on the other side. Thank you guys for coming in. Living your best life, darling. If we want to go into a little bit of that, we can do that Sunday. I think I gave you my my other Instagram that I had no knowledge that I have. Then I got another Instagram. I have no knowledge that I have. But if you want to do it or you want to talk about it or just come sit in the chat, that's up to you guys. But I'm going to go cross over on the other side. So y'all see me over there. Thank you guys for being here. Okay. And then like when we start doing some of these like reviewing of these things, and you always welcome to come on the panel too. Damn, I had a question I had to ask you too, because you know she does. I forgot what she called her, what she is, not what she called herself, what she is, but she deal with like natural hair, and she deals with all type of stuff. What is it? What is the title that you do? I want you to come and have a discussion here too. And I gotta tell you, I'm gonna put it in your email. I'm gonna put it in your email, and I'll let you know what's going on. But you heard of Kevin Samuels before, right? Yeah, she's this, guys. Look it up really quick. Look it up. Look it up. I know what it means. Well, not this week, but one of these weeks she's gonna have time. She's gonna pick something. I wanted them to look it up, but it's skincare and hair care and skincare. But you heard of Kevin Samuels, right? Just put a yes and no, and then I'll send me a message on my IG, and I'll tell you the rest. All right. So hit me up on my Instagram, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I see you guys on the other side. Peace out.